The nostalgia is real. I have never been more excited for a bullet journal spread than I have for this one. Except for maybe April. April was pretty good. Anyways, hello everyone, my name is Charlie, and today we are going to be filling out our bullet journal spread for November. And after the whole October scenery that I did, I was ready for something really minimalistic and really simple. So, believe it or not, this spread is done in one pen, basically. Like, I didn't use any other pen except for this really silver looking one that I got from a nutcracker once, because those are always fun. And yeah, a very bougie nutcracker, but nutcracker nonetheless, and I love the ink. I don't know what type of ink's in it. It's just your cheap, not waterproof ink. So if you haven't guessed what today's theme is, it is Winnie the Pooh, my all-time favorite movie ever. And there's been multiple, so I guess movie franchise. I remember that I used to watch and bond with my family over these VCR tapes that were like Piglet's Big Adventure, or I think there was like Winnie the Pooh and the Heffalumps, is that what it's called, with the elephant nightmares? It was just lovely, and I know that there's now like a live action one, which I did see when it came out, whenever that was. But yeah, Winnie the Pooh is my all-time favorite cartoon. I will stand by, and I think it's just so adorable. I also have a Polaroid that I will show you later on throughout the video of my Winnie the Pooh stuffed animals. I gave them all away, but I took a Polaroid picture of them so that I had it as a memory because that's what you do. And yeah, just love it so much. And I thought, what better way than to start off November, the rainy month, even though April is also technically rainy, but I think November is more rainy for me, than with Winnie the Pooh in a bed of river with his head in the pot. Or to be honest, I also think that there is a part in one of the movies where his little house gets flooded. So maybe he's in his house. Who knows? Now, the vibe that I was going for throughout this spread was kind of that old, like, vintage-esque Winnie the Pooh, not the cartoon style. So that is why I chose a single pen to outline this spread. And yeah, I really like how it turned out. I did use pencil crayon because I wanted that old time feel to it, but thankfully me using this pencil crayon did not turn out badly. Like, I really like how it turned out. I think that the pencil crayon actually added to the drawing instead of taking it away. And I also didn't feel like I was stressing too much because Winnie the Pooh is so simple. I just went in straight with my colors and just, I don't know. Who doesn't want to see Winnie the Pooh upside down as a cover spread, you know? Then, of course, on the left-hand side, I decided that it's been high time to add a quote. I have not done a quotes page in a while, so I decided that I would have a cute little quotes page with this tree. I know that on the right side, the tree should technically be way higher than it is on the page because Winnie the Pooh is technically at the bottom, so, you know, perspective, but it's okay. I don't really care about that because I think it looks good as a spread overall, and it's not like Winnie the Pooh's realistic anyways. And then, of course, I had to add all of Winnie the Pooh's honey pots. I have to admit that the one on the far right kind of looks like a baby's bottle. I don't know where the inspiration came from that one. So yeah, we're just gonna leave it like that. It looks cute. And then I decided to add a quote, which I found that I thought was really good just to remember. And I tried to do this quote kind of like I did in my Disney spread because I really loved my Disney March spread. Not May, it was March. May was medieval. But yeah, so it's just another really simple spread. I just used the same pen, but I also used a marker this time to add some contrasting color that was more vibrant than the pencil crayon. And overall, I think it actually really turned out nice. I love this spread, and compared to last month, I think this is really simple, and it just allowed me to have that creative break. Now, for the calendar spread, The calendar spread is really minimalistic and really adorable, but when I was drawing out Winnie the Pooh, I kind of made a doozy. Like, Winnie the Pooh kind of looks like I know he's like a fat bear, but he looks like a boxy fat bear in this image. And while I don't really mind it, it's just something I wanted to point out. Also, when it comes to this calendar spread, like, there's not much to say about this calendar spread because I think it turned out really well. It is really minimalistic, so I didn't really add everything that, you know, I could have that I did in the month of October and September and August. But yeah, most of this was just black and white, if I'm being honest. I used a lot of highlighting colors, that same marker, and of course I used my pencil crayons. But other than that, this spread was so easy to do, and I recommend it to everyone. I have a lot of space on the side where I could have put a banner, but instead I decided to put Winnie the Pooh, and it's really cute. I really like how it turned out, and there's not much to say apart from that. Just, it was fun. Yeah, this is what I get for making a minimalistic spread. I finished talking about what I actually did in this spread within like the first 5 minutes. But yeah, so this is how it turned out, and I really like it. I think it's cute, and here you can see me showing you my Polaroid, because of course I have to show you my Polaroid with the stuffed animals. I never actually had a Winnie the Pooh stuffed animal. I had a Winnie the Pooh blanket, but I don't know why I had the bear. At one point I thought I would collect all of the stuffed animals of all of the characters, but by the time I was older, it didn't seem feasible. I had to purge all my stuffed animals because I am a stuffed animal hogger, and I recently acquired a Squishmallow. Is that what they're called? A Squishmallow? And I'm in love with my Squishmallow. If any of y'all have ever had a Squishmallow before, let me know what the name and the stuffed animal was called, because I don't know. I think stuffed animals are for every age, but you have to stop the addiction to buying new stuffed animals at some point in your life. And now we are on to our weekly spread. And yes, November is a very busy month for me. I am doing all sorts of things with no free time, but of course there was this spread idea that I saw on Instagram or Google Images, I think, where it had this like gradient, almost bullet journal weekly spread that I kind of wanted to take inspiration from. And of course, the only thing that I knew how to do that was this vertical shape was a tree. So here we go. We have a huge tree for a weekly spread on 2 pages. And, well, a weekly spread on 1 page. And we're going to do 2 of them. So on the left-hand side, I decided that I would draw the honey pot or the honey bee house, because Winnie the Pooh loves his honeybees, and it's just like this big scene in the movie when he uses his balloon to go find all the honeybees, and then they chase him, and there's this one scene that I love that's so cute when the bees just fall over laughing at the fact that he's on a balloon and he doesn't know what he's doing. Then on the left-hand side, we have Owl's house. So if you don't know who Owl is, he is like the wise folk who pretends he knows everything, even if he doesn't. And yeah, he lives in a house in a tree. And the tree that he lives on, it's like a really big tree with lots of leaves and stuff. But of course, I didn't want to draw the same type of tree as the one in the cartoon, just because of space. I still have to be able to write my busy schedule down. But yeah, the house is the same. And that's all that matters, and I think it's like really cute. You can also see a little tiny owl inside his window, but he's so small that he kind of just looks like a blob if you were to zoom in too closely. So maybe don't look too closely, maybe like squint slightly, and then it should be fine. And then, of course, for both spreads, I colored them in pencil crayon. And I think that adds to the woodsy feel to it. Because it is wood, I did go over some spots where I wanted some shading in a little darker color. But apart from that, that is pretty much it. As I mentioned before, this spread was so simple. Even though it doesn't look simple, it took me maybe 40 minutes max, which is, I know sounds a lot, but that's including, you know, taking out all your supplies, sketching them, drawing them in, coloring them, putting all your stuff away. Normally it takes me like a full day, or at least my October spread did. So yeah, this is very minimal, very in touch with everything else that I kind of wanted to have as a goal and a mission for this year, and I think it looked really good. My font for the most part of this spread is very simple. They're kind of like bubbly cartoon letters, not cartoony as in cute cartoony, but almost like skinny, like those Cheetos that are almost knockoff Cheetos that are kind of spicy. Like there's a jaguar instead of what is the cheetah in Cheetos. The cheetah in Cheetos, it's like a jaguar and the kind of skinnier. Yeah, it's kind of like that. But yeah, here is the way the spread turned out. As I mentioned, I really love how it looks, and I do make a mistake on the left hand side where I accidentally write a day that it's not, and I'll just go in and cross that out with whiteout when I get to using that spread. But yeah, and then for the flip through, you will also see that I finished the next 2 weekly spreads, and I did 1 spread per week, or 2 pages per week, which is how I normally do it in busier times. So yes, thank you so much for watching my setup. I hope y'all have a fantastic day. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe down below. And until December, December, bye!